Being a car guy in the city, well, it's not easy. Room is tight if you want to keep about 7 or 6 project cars, and well, cities aren't really fond of our hobby. But there are still ways you can keep your passion while living on top of each other. Let's look at a few. Number one, and the only option for most people, is parking your car on the street. Not many people have the facilities to store their car in a garage or a private piece of land. Hell, most people don't even have a backyard. But this comes with the most risks. This is my family minivan, and yes, since we had it from 2003, it's become a beater, but this is what happens when you park it on the street. Even though it's not a project car, it is still susceptible to damage and rust. But fear not, because we have other options. And that would be a garage without all the crap. Any personal garage would be the best choice in any scenario, even outside the city. But people know that personalized storage spaces, especially garages, are a high dollar commodity in the city, so they're going to charge you if you don't have one yourself. And on top of that, city garages like this one are not the biggest. This one is 20 long by 11 wide, and really that's not a lot. Through all the junk, you can kind of see the blue outline. That's where my Cobra is going to sit, and I'm just making enough space. Got to push the workbench back, but look at that from the box. I did a little over just to, overcompensate, but we still don't have that much space in here. So decent for storage, yes, but if you're looking to tinker and work on your vehicle, this ain't really gonna cut it. Not for a decent price, that is. Now, if a garage is just not in your budget and you're stuck to parking on the street, you do have one option, and honestly, I think people should get this option no matter where they park their car. And that would be a dash cam kit, specifically from Mangle, today's sponsor of the video. Mangle's integrated dash cam kits eliminate wires in your field of vision and integrates right behind your rear view mirror. Inside the box, you'll find your troubleshooting hardware and installation manual. In this kit, we opted for the interior rear view camera, which stays away from the elements. Next, we have our trim tool and jumper harness. This uses the factory harness behind your rear view mirror. It eliminates the need of you tapping into another electrical harness and causing electrical issues. An SD card that records all driving events that can be easily uploaded to your phone. And finally, we have our forward-facing dash cam that integrates right into the rear view mirror trim, making for a seamless stealth design that, once again, won't ruin your field of vision. A couple years ago, my buddy Dorado was involved in a hit-and-run accident on his Charger, and he was not able to get the plates. So we're going to install this camera on his Charger so this doesn't happen again. And installation is very easy. We start first by popping off the existing panels. Then we go to the back of the rear view mirror and remove the factory harness. We then grab our jumper harness and install that, and then install that to the dash camera. We then install our interior rear view camera, and then hook that up to the camera in front. And secure existing harnesses and reinstall, and you could not tell the difference. All that's left to do is installing the app, hooking it up to the camera, and fiddling around with it. Honestly, this took us all but 10 minutes. It was so simple, and you cannot even tell there's a dash cam in this car. And this is good quality. This is no cheap universal cam you can get in any store. So if you want 10% off your order, use my promo code BobbyBeltz at checkout. And once again, thank you, Mangle, for sponsoring this episode. Now, we got one more option, and I don't have it here with me, but those are open lots. Usually gated in, away from traffic, somewhat away from vandalism. Still open to the elements, but a little more space than a tiny garage like this. Now, another caveat, which is usually around the city, is places like garages that rent or open lots don't really want you working on your car there. It's an insurance, it's a liability, it's an insurance liability, and it's something that they're just not going to deal with that hassle. So, storing your car, maybe doing little things under the hood so no one sees, that could be fine, but if you're looking to build a project, you're really going to have to own something yourself, and that's just not the most ideal. Granted though, I've worked on the street in the city with my car plenty of times, and as long as it's away from high-flowing traffic, no one cares. So, weather permitting, you can get away with it over there. I'll be the first to tell you, being a car guy in the city is not the easiest. A lot of people in the country have it because they got land, or the suburbs. They got beautiful garages out there. You're gonna have to make do. And don't let it kill your passion. There's ways though. I mean, keep looking. Look on Facebook Marketplace for garages for rent. Or lots. Or I haven't seen them here, but down south they have clubs where they're automotive clubs. They have storage facilities and places to work on your vehicle, incorporated in both. don't think they have them here. Once again, I think it's an insurance thing, big liability. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please give me a subscribe, give me a like, shout out in the comments, tell me what you do to keep your vehicle safe in a big city, and stay tuned for more. Thank you.